Good evening. Welcome to Cardington Lincoln High School and tonight's senior night for our class of 2025. It is my pleasure to introduce the 2025 senior class president, Riley Duncan.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the class of 2025 senior night. My name is Riley Duncan, and I am this year's senior class president. Not only am I a senior class president, but I am also involved in other activities such as FFA, drama club, and the athletic program. Now, at this time, I would like to invite junior class president Madison Dornan to the podium to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
Everybody please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
At this time, I would like to invite Principal Mr. Williams to the podium.
Okay, at this time, I'd like to recognize some of our seniors for their outstanding scholastic achievement. We have 15 seniors who maintained a 3.5 GPA for the entire year. When I announce your name, if you could just please stand. Andrew Brim, Sophia Goers, William Hale, Abby Hardwick, Jalen Ireland, McKenna Kennard, Braden Lackey, Isaiah Nippert, Maddie Ongalabang, Anastasia Owens, Isabella Potter, Morgan Powell, Taylor Prince, Mikhail Repart, and Elizabeth Thompson. Congratulations. Okay, the next part is usually not mine. It's usually the athletic directors, but I'll be doing these awards tonight. Athletics are a part of the extracurricular educational process of Cardington Lincoln local schools, serving as an arena for learning. Athletes learn to appreciate teamwork and how to deal with coaches, referees, opponents, peers, and themselves. Education-based athletics are an extension of the classroom that provide teaching and learning experiences for all involved. These experiences and lessons relate as much to life and education as they do to the outcome on a scoreboard. Our mission is to foster the quest for excellence by creating an educational and competitive experience within an atmosphere of sportsmanship. I'll now present some special awards. First, K-MAC Scholar Athletes. When your name is announced, please stand. Cardington Lincoln High School has 12 senior athletes who have earned the Scholar Athlete status awarded by the Knox Morrow Athletic Conference. The following students maintained a 3.5 or higher GPA while lettering in at least one varsity sport. Many of our students that are going to be recognized lettered in 2 or more sports. AJ Brim, Jalen Ireland, Izzy Potter, Sophia Goers, Braden Lackey, Morgan Powell, Maggie Halliburton, Isaiah Nippert, Logan Reynolds, Abby Hardwick, Maddie Ongalabang, and Elizabeth Thompson. To promote sportsmanship, ethics, and integrity, the Ohio High School Athletic Association recognizes students who display exemplary sportsmanship. And every year, the Ohio High School Athletic Association has awards that they give out. And the athletic director and myself sit down and we choose students, seniors that meet the criteria for those awards. So I'll announce those at this time. Students, if your name is called, please come forward to the stage. And Mr. Spinner, if you don't mind, I'll give you certificates. Mr. Spinner will give you your certificate. And please remain, come up on be your left side of the stage and remain on the stage after you've gotten your certificate. The first two are the Scholar Athlete Awards. They recognize two students who represent achievement in the classroom as well as on the playing surface, awarded to the senior male and female with the highest scholastic average. These athletes must have earned a minimum of 4 varsity letters in their career. Each of our award winners has excelled in multiple varsity sports and both maintained high academics while competing at the highest levels. Our award winners have truly given their best to make our school community proud. Our 2025 Male and Female Athlete of the Year is AJ Brim and Abby Hardwick. The next award is called the Courageous Student Award, which recognizes a student who has overcome a serious illness, injury, disability, or has overcome adversity in a positive way. This year's recipient has definitely met that criteria. She has had a number of obstacles thrown in her way through volleyball, basketball, you name it, and she has managed to overcome those. Madison Calkins. Okay, next is the State Award for Sportsmanship. This typically goes to an adult or a volunteer. Recognizes a person in the community or school who exemplifies good sportsmanship. This person is a positive role model who reflects the high level of ethics and integrity with our students. This year's recipient supports and demonstrates positive values while contributing to the well-being of the youth in the school. Mr. John Brim. Sorry, Mr. Brim, should have given you a heads up on that one. Next is the National Award of Excellence. Recognizes two students who exhibit qualities that embody good citizenship, good moral character, and good sporting behavior. Awarded to senior students who are strong role models and also encourage others to be positive role models as well. Our award winners have both represented our school very well this year. Logan Reynolds and Riley Donkin. Okay, the final one is the Archie Griffin Sportsmanship Award. It is awarded to one female and one male student who displays exemplary sportsmanship. The award is named for Archie Griffin, who is an Ohio native and the only two-time Heisman Trophy winner. Mr. Griffin, who's currently the CEO of the Ohio State Alumni Association, has been active in promoting sportsmanship, ethics, and integrity for many years. Cardington Lincoln High School has been blessed with two students who have truly represented our school at a high level in the classroom and during sports competitions. Each has excelled in varsity sports while maintaining high academics and, most importantly, modeled great sportsmanship. Each award winner has truly given their best throughout their career and as seniors to make our school proud. Maggie Halbrin and Caleb Briggs. And again, Riley Donkin.
At this time, I would like to invite to the podium two graduates from the class of 2019 who have done a lot for the community. We are excited to hear some words of wisdom, Dylan and Alyssa Goodman.
Good evening. My name is Delisa Long, and this is my twin brother, Dylan Goodman. We both are honored to speak to the class of 2025 seniors tonight. Thank you, Mrs. Price, for having us here tonight to speak. We both vividly remember sitting where you sit tonight for baccalaureate. I'm sure you're all excited, eager, and maybe even a little nervous as you're about to achieve such a monumental milestone in your lives that you have worked so hard for. Dylan and I graduated from Cardington Lincoln High School in 2019 and look forward to sharing how we both may have taken different career and schooling paths after completion of graduation, but in the end, we each followed our passions and hearts. During my high school career, I knew early on I wanted to attend college and wanted to pursue a degree in agriculture. With all this in mind, I wasn't exactly sure where I would find my niche in such a diverse industry. During my FFA class, my sophomore year of high school, we were taught about the basic components of floral design and had the opportunity to take what we learned in the classroom and make small bouquets to showcase our knowledge. After this experience, I knew floral design was the path I wanted to pursue. With all this excitement of thinking what I wanted to do with my future career in life, I then had to do my research to find a college that best fit my needs. I came across Ohio State Agricultural Technical Institute in Worcester, Ohio. After speaking with family and friends of mine that had attended college there, finding out it was close to home and I could achieve my degree in 2 years, I quickly realized that this would be the perfect place for me to achieve my degree. I instantly started to fill out the application and soon after got a letter in the mail declaring my admission to Ohio State ATI. Finally, the not-so-fun, tedious part of the process came, filling out scholarships in hopes to help pay for my dream career. Thankfully, 6 years ago, I put in the hard work and effort in filling out scholarship applications that provided me with finishing my college career debt-free. I am forever grateful and blessed for the amazing local scholarships that helped me, and I hope will do the same for each of you. Fast forward to the spring of 2021, and I graduated with an associate degree in floral design and marketing. At the start of my college career, I had the goal to start my own wedding and event floral business, but knew starting out wouldn't be easy and would require lots of time and hard work to get my name out there and get the business started. In the meantime, I got the opportunity to work at a local floral shop for a year. Since this was and still is my ultimate dream of opening my own retail floral shop. This opportunity gave me much more hands-on experience with floral design and what it may take to own my own business. During this time of learning and growth and figuring out what I will need to do to be successful in my own business, I acted on getting my business started. I soon started brainstorming business name ideas, setting up social media platforms, and getting all the logistical behind-the-scene items of a business going. I started attending wedding venue open houses, posting on social media, and doing as much as possible to get my name out there. I slowly started getting inquiries from potential clients, and I officially booked my first wedding May of 2021. With the love and support of my family and several months of cleaning, building, and growing a space in the corner of our barn that would allow me to design weddings and events, we were soon able to make my dreams and goals for the business become reality. I purchased my first upright flower cooler and worked my first few weddings out of one cooler, and soon realized I would need to invest in a few more if we kept taking larger weddings and events. Over the last 4 years, I've had the honor to flower for over 50 clients' wedding days and special events. We've expanded my design space to be much larger, installed a walk-in cooler, and have grown in more ways than I ever thought possible. A lot of hard work, dedication, and passion has been poured into my business, and I look forward to doing just that as I continue to grow the business in the years to come. Who knows, I might even be your florist one day.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Dylan Goodman, and I'm incredibly honored to be able to speak to you this evening. I remember sitting where you guys are sitting 6 years ago. For me, that night was not about receiving any scholarships, though. I was there to support my amazing twin sister and all of our amazing classmates. During my high school career, I made the decision to take a different path after graduation. This decision was not meant that I was going to attend college. Rather, I was going to stay home and try to grow my family farm's operation. I knew this would not be an easy task, but I was excited for the unexpected challenges that come with farming, and I had my entire family's support to follow my passion. As many of you may know, farming is a very capital-intensive business. As you guys can probably imagine, I was an 18-year-old kid with not a lot of money to my name. I knew if I wanted to make a farming my career, I would need to start off by working at a local farm to earn money. My goal starting out was to save enough money to purchase more livestock and my first piece of farm equipment to get my operation started. I worked at a local farm for about 2 years, and I started to get a little disappointed because I was not even close to achieving my goal. I knew if I kept working hard, though, that the right opportunity would open up. That is when my older brother Alex, who lived in Columbus at the time, reached out and said, "Hey, have you ever considered selling retail cuts of meat?" At this time, I was selling the majority of my livestock at the local stockyards and had not considered this route yet. He told me about the farmers market in Dublin that he had been going to a couple times and said I needed to check it out. At first, I was a little hesitant because I knew it would be a large investment to get all the right equipment and licenses, but I was optimistic and hopeful that this might just be the niche market that allowed me to farm full-time. That following summer, we got accepted to be a vendor at the Dublin market. I'll never forget that first market. It was just Elisa and I. We pulled in with our trailer full of cuts of meat, got everything set up, ready to go, and we sold $1,000 worth of meat. For a 20-year-old kid, I felt like I was on top of the world. After a couple successful seasons of selling retail cuts of meat at the market, I thought it would be really cool if we could incorporate a way people could taste test the meat before they bought it frozen. So I invested in a couple commercial grade food carts to help bring this idea to life. Since the market opens from 9 a.m. to noon every Saturday, I figured a sausage, bacon, egg, and cheese sandwich would sell really well. My goal was to sell 100 sandwiches, which I thought was a very attainable goal. Little did I know that in just 2 short years, we'd be selling over 600 sandwiches every Saturday morning. The continued support from our customers has been nothing but absolutely amazing. The good Lord truly has blessed me with a wonderful family and support system. With so many new customers hearing about what we have going on at the farm, we had a lot of people interested to come and see the farm. Once we learned that the current customers and community members showed interest in learning not only about how we operate the farm, but learning more about agriculture in general, we instantly got to work in brainstorming to figure out a way to bring this new opportunity to life. We thought, since our family is so close, how cool would it be if we created a fun family experience that incorporated both learning about agriculture, but bringing families together to enjoy a fun day on the farm. What started out as converting an old combine into a slide, to now entering our 4th year of operations, offering over 30 family fun activities, including a corn maze, petting zoo, pumpkin patch, barrel train rides, and so much more. Every fall season now, after the market is over, we now open our farm up to thousands of people from all over to enjoy our annual fall festival. As you guys graduate tomorrow, the reason I want to leave you guys with 3 key points. The first being passion. We each have our own passions and aspirations in life that make you eager and energized. Louisa and I both knew we were and are still passionate about the ag industry and knew we wanted to create a lifestyle that revolved around it. We challenge you guys to think about, what are you passionate about? Ask yourselves, what makes you get excited to get out of bed each morning? This could be the desire to help and care for individuals, and you have the passion to become a nurse. Maybe you enjoy mathematics and the ability to design and build systems, and you have the passion to become an engineer. Or you find joy in working and mentoring others, and you have the passion to become a teacher. Whatever your passion may be, don't be afraid to pursue it, and always give it your all. You may even start to notice how much easier it is to get out of bed each morning to attend your career you are strongly passionate about. Soon you'll be amazed by the opportunities that come your way when you follow your passion, which leads us to the next key point, opportunity. If an opportunity arises in your life, don't be afraid to take it. Sometimes it may seem scary or unreachable at the time, but until you take that leap of faith, you will never know. Louisa and I were both graciously given multiple opportunities growing up. We were the third generation family farm throughout our high school careers in the FFA program, and our local 4-H club, and job positions we held, and many other key moments in our lives that provided us with various opportunities to better future our careers. Think about the opportunities you each have been given while growing up that have helped shape you into who you are today. Maybe those moments of opportunities have been revealed throughout your academic career, the sports programs you are involved with, or the job positions you have worked. Soon you will get to engage and experience new opportunities as you enter this new stage of your life. As you graduate tomorrow, we want you to think about all the opportunities you may have the chance to experience. But always remember that an opportunity is only good if you act on it.
We may be shown many opportunities in our lives, but what makes an opportunity successful is by acting on it. Sometimes acting on our opportunities will lead to failure, but that is natural. We must learn how to pivot from our failures, get back up, and be ready for the next opportunity to arise. That is how we continue to grow in our lives. Dylan and I both acted on our opportunities by opening up our own businesses, a passion and dream we both had. In that moment, it felt scary and a huge leap of faith, but we put our trust in the Lord and acted on our opportunities and followed our dreams. As you graduate tomorrow, you will begin your next adventure of your life, either entering the workforce, attending college, or you may still be undecided and taking the time to figure out what your next opportunity in life is. Whatever it may look like for each of you, life will throw you many opportunities along the way, and we hope you take that leap of faith and act on each of the new adventures and opportunities you may be provided. We would like for you to think about these 3 key words: passion, opportunity, and act. Act with urgency, seize every opportunity, and do it all with unending passion. Dylan and I both by no means have it all figured out and are still learning and will continue to grow in the years to come. We were reminded daily of how our passions led to opportunities, and by acting on our opportunities, they graciously led us to where we are today. As fellow Cardington alum and members of this wonderful community, we are so excited for each of you and wish you all the best on your next journey in life. Thank you again for having us here tonight. Congratulations again.
At this time, I would like to invite Superintendent Mr. Spinner to the podium.
If we could, I would like to one more time recognize our guest speakers. What an amazing message they gave to us. From the bottom of my heart, here at Cardington Lincoln Local Schools, we have a saying, it's called Cardington Pride Runs Deep, and both of you are a living example of what that means. You graduated with pride from this school district, and here you are coming back to share that message and to continue to do great things in the community. So thank you so much. We appreciate you. Once again, good evening and welcome to the Class of 2025 Scholarship event. My name is Todd Spinner, as Riley told you, and I'm so proud to be the superintendent here of Cardington Lincoln Local Schools. I'd like to welcome all of you in attendance, staff, family, friends, community members, donors, Board of Education. And speaking of which, that's a good segue. We have our Board of Education here this evening. Our President, Mr. Matt Klinger, our Vice President, Mr. Chad Holt, and board members, Mrs. Sarah Struck, Mrs. Pat Clark, and Mr. Matt Longsdorf. How about a round of applause for all that they do? Tonight is such a great night for all of us, as Mr. Williams started us out with some awards at the building level to celebrate all the great accomplishments from our senior class. Additionally, this evening we're going to hear about all kinds of great awards, and the donors were so gracious for all of the financial resources that you've allowed us to share with our students. But I would like to point out that while our Board of Education loved every single minute of meeting these most worthwhile students, there was an anonymous committee that sat down and sifted through all of their criteria for the Board of Education and then gave them names from which to choose from. So all of those students did a great job, but that committee, they truly were the ones that sifted through all of those names and then gave those to the board to choose from. Tonight is a great ceremony. I will serve as both the MC and a presenter. I would ask that anyone presenting this evening please come up to the stairs to my left, all donors and presenters to the left, and then all recipients, because you guys are all in great shape. You can come and walk the far way, go this way, and come up to my right. That way it's not a log jam on these stairs. I truly appreciate that. And then I know you're nervous, I get it. Wait till graduation when your palms are sweaty and you're a little bit nervous. That's how it is, and that's okay. That means you're alive. But stand in the middle and get a handshake from that donor, from that presenter, and allow your family to take that picture. This is a moment in time that we don't want to lose sight of. So at this time, I would like to call to the podium our first presenter, Mr. Ron Joanne, presenting the Carlotta K. Joanne Memorial Scholarship.
Hey, this was a surprise. I didn't think that was first. I listened to our previous graduates from 2019, and the experience here was awesome. And I'm going to share that with you as well, because I graduated like at the bottom third of the high school class. But can you believe it? I ended up flying private jets for a living, flying Clint Eastwood and the executives. I just didn't tell them that. But anyway, I'd like to just share with you a moment how proud I am of this school. This is amazing. I live in the Clearfork area, and they don't give as much donation as far as money and everything as Cardington does. And I'm really proud of our school so much. I'm a 1974 graduate, so I'll make this as short as I can. This scholarship is about an individual that I used to go to school with. Her name is Kay, and she was in the same class. She got married to someone else, I got married to someone else, but then about 15 years ago, we got back together, we met and we ended up getting married. And what a wonderful time to share with someone that you went to school with, and such a deep love for that. And then she passed away only 51 weeks after we were married. Very painful, but I've always promised to be able to honor her name with this scholarship. And so that's what I do every year. So in reviewing all the applications that we have, it's so hard to make a decision. But since I retired as a pilot, and this individual probably, if she's here, knows that she's going to be going to school for aviation, and I believe that would be McKenna Kennard. Is she here? All right. So I just shake home. Okay. All right.
We will make sure that obviously all of our recipients that are not able to join us this evening receive everything that they're supposed to get. Once again, please have a round of applause for Mr. Ron Joanne. At this time, I would now like to call to the podium Mr. Quinn Maseko to hand out the Morrow County Chamber of Commerce Scholarship.
Good evening. As president of the Morrow County Chamber of Commerce Executive Board and chairman of the Scholarship Committee, it is my honor to be here tonight to present one $500 scholarship to a Cardington Lincoln High School graduate. The Morrow County Chamber of Commerce holds an annual reverse raffle here at the Cardington American Legion. We've done it the past 4 years to raise funds for our annual scholarship. Each high school in Morrow County is awarded a scholarship for one student at $500. And this year's Cardington recipient of the Morrow County Chamber of Commerce Scholarship is Sophia Goers.
I am going to hold true to the fact that I want the students to stand there for the picture. You did a great job. You nailed it. You set the tone. I love every minute of it. At this time, it gives me great pleasure to present the Bird Farm Scholarship. It's being presented to worthy seniors in memory of Charles L. Ullum, Willard R. Durfee, Ganell M. Ullum Durfee, and Philip Burr Ullum Sr., given by the Duana and Gilbert Ullum. To date, 44 scholarships have been awarded to this by this generous family. 44 scholarships. So when we say Cardington Pride runs deep, that's truly what it's all about. So at this time, the Burr Farm Scholarship goes to two different recipients, Miss Abigail Hardwick and Kennedy Levering. At this time, I would like to call to the podium Kelly Cooperrider to present the Park National Bank and Hidden Asset Scholarship.
Good evening. My name is Kelly Cooperrider, and I am the manager at the Park National Bank in Montpelier. We at the bank have many great people who help to make our organization successful. These people may not be the ones on the front line seeing our customers each day, but we couldn't do our jobs without them. Their kindnesses and steadfast efforts each and every day make the rest of our jobs a lot easier. So each year, Park, as a part of the commitment to the communities we serve, honors two students with what we call the Hidden Asset Award. These students have integrity, determination, a pleasant smile, and a kind word. They're always willing to help others, and they're hardworking, polite, and supportive. The individuals receiving these awards this evening fit all the qualities described. So please join me in congratulating Aaron Howard and Marnie Young.
And now it's my pleasure to call to the podium Mrs. Patrina Elliott, and she will present the John F. Wilhelm, Patricia K. Wilhelm, and K. Kelly Wilhelm Memorial Scholarships.
been presenting scholarships since 1968, and it was and still is one way for my family to give back to the Cardington community. My mom and dad, Jack and Pat Wilhelm, wanted students of Cardington Lincoln to have support to continue towards their goals with hope that one day these recipients will be active and positive influence in their own community. The first scholarship is in memory of my mom, Patricia K. Wilhelm. She was an active member in the community as well as an educator in the schools who advocated for all students. The scholarship is for $2,500 and is awarded to Sophia Bowers. The second scholarship is in memory of my dad, John F. Wilhelm, Jack for those who know. He believed in the people of Cardington and was always looking for ways to encourage growth in the area. The scholarship is for $2,500 and is awarded to A.J. Brown. The final scholarship is the K. Kelly Wilhelm in the memory of my sister who passed away when she was 5 years old. Presenting this scholarship each year to Cardington Lincoln students was a positive tool needed in the healing process for my parents and a way to remember Kay. As this scholarship continues to be presented, it is a reminder that family and community are important parts of each of us. The scholarship is for $5,000 and it is awarded to Madison Coppins.
At this time, it is my pleasure to award the John M. and Bertha A. Stone Family Scholarship. The Stone Family Scholarship was established by the late John and Bertha Stone and their daughter, Ella Wirtz. The scholarship is to be awarded to a graduating senior whose grade point average is less than 3.6, but who has the expressive desire to further academic pursuit in an accredited educational system and whose conduct reflects good community citizenship. At this time, it's my pleasure to award this scholarship to Morgan Powell. At this time, I would like to call to the stage Kirsten Ebert, who is going to award the Cardington Lincoln Faculty Association Scholarship.
Good evening. I am representing the teachers of the school district this evening to present the Cardington Lincoln Faculty Association Scholarship. Each year, the teaching staff at Cardington contributes money towards a scholarship that will benefit a member of the graduating class who is pursuing a degree in education. The teachers donated $3,000 this school year. It is my honor to present the Cardington Lincoln Faculty Association Scholarship in the amount of $1,500 to Riley Donkin, and to Cheyenne Leopold.
At this time, I would like to call to the podium Board Member Mrs. Sarah Struck, and she will present the Cardington Athletic Boosters Scholarship.
Okay, so I am Sarah Struck, and I'm the treasurer for the Cardington Athletic Boosters. I'm just going to call the names, and when you come up here, I tend to be very fast, so one of these people is going to hand you your envelope. Everybody ready? Okay, Abby Hardwick. AJ Brem. Ariana Simpson. Braden Lackey, Jade Blevins, Jalen Ireland, Journey Williamson, Madison Calkins, Maggie Halloran, Morgan Powell, Riley Donkin, Samuel Jones, and Sophia Goers. This is done, I'm going to do the handing out, and Laura's going to do the talking. She might be slower.
All right, my name is Laura Fyatt. I'm representing the Cardington Music Boosters tonight. We have 4 scholarships to pass out in the amount of $500, and those are going to AJ Brem, Sophia Goers, Cheyenne Leopold, and Marnie Young.
At this time, I would like to call to the podium our board president, Mr. Matt Klinger, who's going to award the Cardington Lincoln Board of Education Scholarship.
All right, good evening. First of all, I would like to thank each of my fellow board members for their dedication and their smart work moving this district forward. We've got good things happening around here. So on that behalf of this board, the scholarship we will be giving tonight is for $1,500. I had the privilege of awarding the Cardington Lincoln Board of Education Scholarship on our behalf. We each give a portion, matter of fact, a fourth of our hard-earned money for the scholarship, very hard-earned money. We don't do it for the money, but it's still hard-earned. Each May, the board has the honor of interviewing outgoing seniors from a list of names that are given to us, as Mr. Spinner mentioned, by the anonymous staff and faculty committee. Please know that we are proud of all students. We did really enjoy interviewing them, and it's nice to get to actually see some of the students, because that is the main reason we do this. There's a lot of business involved, but at the end of the day, it's nice to interact with some of the kids. So moving forward, this scholarship is awarded each year by the members of the board, and has been done for, I don't know, several years. So the candidacy is based upon the following. They must have an application to an accredited college, university, or technical school, have at least a 2.5 grade point average, which is low, and it really is. Candidates should have a good common sense, a good personality, be courteous, humble, and represent Cardington Lincoln local schools with pride. That being said, this year our members selected this year's recipient as part of the interview process. I am happy to announce the 2025 recipient is Jade Blevin.
At this time, I am honored to present the Dorothy Neal Fisher and Merle Fisher Memorial Scholarship. The scholarship was established by the Fisher family to honor their parents, Dorothy and Merle Fisher. This year's recipient is Marnie Young. The second recipient of this scholarship is Samuel Jones. And now it's my honor and privilege to present the Lillian E. James Scholarships. There are 4 total. The Lillian E. James Scholarships are provided annually through a trust established by Mr. Wilder James in memory of his sister, Lillian E. James. I think you muted it. You will not have a problem hearing my voice, but I worry about the other donors, so we're going to make this right. I hope Mr. Williams is coming back. When the microphone doesn't work and the guy with the microphone leaves, that's trouble. The Lillian E. James Scholarships are provided annually through a trust established by Mr. Wilder James in memory of his sister, Lillian E. James, a former teacher in the Cardington school system. As of tonight, this is phenomenal, 188 scholarships have been awarded to the Cardington Lincoln graduates since 1956. In fact, Our high school and middle school library is even named after Lillian James. The following students are recipients of this scholarships this evening. Sophia Goers. Riley Duncan. Cheyenne Leopold. And AJ Brim. And now I would like to call back to the podium Mr. Quinn Maseko to hand out the Maseko Family Scholarship.
Thank you, sir. Last year, my family began the Maseko Family Memorial Scholarship in memory of the first generation of Masekos to graduate from Cardington Lincoln High School. They are my grandfather, Steve Hub Maseko Jr., class of 1951, great-uncle Melvin Maseko, class of 1952, great-aunt Geraldine Maseko Fazig, class of 1953, and great-uncle Tom Maseko, class of 1957. The emphasis of this scholarship was community service, inspired mainly by my grandfather and great-uncle Melvin, who are both in the Cardington Lincoln Alumni Hall of Fame in the high school cafeteria. My grandfather, Steve, assumed ownership of my great-grandparents' business, the Jerry Ann Drive-In, in 1962. He operated that business for 41 years and consistently donated monetarily to the school's extracurricular programs. That business is now Susie Q's, owned and operated by his niece and my cousin. My great-uncle Melvin served the village and school district in the capacities of village council member, mayor of Cardington, and Cardington Lincoln Board of Education member. Additionally, he opened Maseko Tax, which is now under the ownership of one of his daughters. The values of those first Masekos were honesty, positivity, and the willingness to serve, and those are all exhibited by tonight's recipient. And now, tonight's Maseko Family Memorial Scholarship winner is Maggie Halliburton.
Now I have the privilege of presenting the Drive to Serve Scholarship presented by the American Red Cross. The American Red Cross Biomedical Division for Blood Collection would like to recognize two incredible leaders for the Drive to Serve Scholarship in collecting 100 units of blood this year. The accomplishments is one of the best we've ever seen in a high school with less than 125 age blood donors. To get 100 units with fewer than 125 students is amazing. The enthusiasm these two students displayed is admirable and an inspiration to us in our mission at the Red Cross. Please join me in congratulating Aaron Howard and Jalen Ireland for each receiving the scholarship. And now it gives me great pride to give the Margaret Miller Cardington Lincoln High School Scholarship. The Margaret Miller Cardington Lincoln High School Scholarship was established in 2012 in memory of Margaret Miller. To receive consideration, applicants must demonstrate evidence of an outstanding citizenship and GPA of a minimum of 3.0, in addition to several other criteria for the scholarship. Once again, it gives me great pride to award Jalen Ireland the Margaret Miller Cardington Lincoln Scholarship. Now I would like to call back to the podium our high school principal, Mr. Ron Williams.
It's my pleasure to announce the award winner for the Harry A. Mock Scholarship, which is $500. The Harry A. Mock Scholarship is provided annually through a trust established by the late Harry A. Mock, a past graduate of Cardington School System. This is an annual scholarship. Criteria for selection for the Mock Scholarship is based upon the following: personal conduct reflecting community citizenship, proof of matriculation at an accredited school or college for further education, and be class rank be under the top percent his or her graduating class and be selected by the high school principal. This year's award winner is Madison Calkins.
This time I would like to welcome to the podium Deanna Brandt, who will give out the Kiwanis Club of Morrow County Scholarship.
Thank you for having me, and I have to tell you, I grew up in a family of 10. I can live without a microphone, so I'm Deanna Brand. I'm the president of the Morrow County Kiwanis Club, as he indicated, and if you're not familiar with Kiwanis, it's a pretty simple mission statement that we have. We're a global organization with local affiliates, and we are dedicated to improving the world, one neighborhood, one community, one child at a time. Our sole focus is to improve the health, well-being, wellness, quality of life for children and families. If you don't know this already, and I hope many of you do, our signature program in Morrow County is sponsoring the Dolly Parton Imagination Library. We have currently just under 1,300 Morrow County children enrolled, birth to 5. And I think that's amazing, a testament to all of you. Just like many of you, every spring we give out a scholarship in the amount of $250. One of the things that we look at pretty significantly is we ask applicants to submit a summary of their volunteer hours and an essay about what volunteering and giving back to this community has meant to them. As Heather Henry once said, volunteering is at the very core of being human. No one has made it through life without someone else's help. And in the Kiwanis world, we don't call it volunteerism. We call it service learning, because you learn about your community, your neighbors, your friends, and yourself. I'm really excited to present this award tonight from the Morrow County Kiwanis Club to Aaron Howard.
At this time, I would like to call up to the podium Maggie Dance to hand out the Morrow County Cattlemen's Association Scholarship.
As he said, my name is Maggie Dance. I am the Morrow County Cattlemen's Secretary, and I am proud to be here to present the $1,250 scholarship to Miss Morgan Powell.
I am honored to present the Simpson Kyle Scholarship given by Michael Kyle and Judy Kyle, a former Cardington teacher, in honor of her mother, Esther Simpson. Esther served as the Executive Secretary for the Morrow County Community Action Program for more than 30 years. She was with the organization from its inception and was instrumental in setting up the local Head Start program, a community pantry, and the Christmas Clearinghouse. She was a woman of faith who believed in God, family, hard work, education, and giving others a hand up. The recipient of the Simpson Kyle Scholarship is Samuel Jones. And now if I could please have Mr. Quinn Maseko back up to the podium. He will be presenting the Cardington Lincoln Alumni Scholarships.
For my third and final act tonight, I get to be up here representing my colleagues on the Cardington Lincoln Alumni Association Executive Committee. Currently, I am serving as the president of the Executive Committee, and I want to thank two teams of people that helped us raise these funds for this year's annual scholarships. First of all, on the Executive Committee, Vice President Gary Ebert, class of 1968, Secretary Treasurer Darlene Ebert Wallace, class of 1966, Our committee members, Vina Underwood Counts, class of 1973, Sue Klingel, class of 1979, Dr. Julie Kenny, class of 1991, and Lindsay Robinson Radcliffe, class of 2006. This team comes together every year to hold 3 different events for fundraisers. We have 2 fifth quarters we do, one for the fall homecoming and also one during the basketball season that happen at the American Legion following a game. And then we also hold our annual alumni banquet. We had our 95th annual banquet Memorial Day weekend this year and had over 225 alumni and guests here in the cafeteria. And then I also want to thank another team that helped us put together our first ever reverse raffle that we had over at All Occasions Catering in Waldo in February. This was a joint fundraiser we did between the Cardington and Lincoln Athletic Boosters and our organization. And I would like to thank Matt Klinger, Lindsay Robinson Radcliffe, and Megan Robinson Lane for joining me and helping assist in that vision happening, because that fundraiser raised over $22,000 for our students here at Cardington Lincoln High School to advance them in their athletic prowess and also for scholarships as well. So thank you to all of those individuals. The Cardington Lincoln Alumni Association has been holding an annual banquet since 1930 here, and also has been awarding scholarships since 2002. And this year, because of those additional funds, we were blessed to be able to give 4 scholarships, for each of them being at the amount of $2,000 each, up from our annual $1,000. So this year's winners are Sophia Goers, Abby Hardwick, McKenna Kennard, and Braden Lackey.
And now I'd like to call to the podium Michelle Naylor, who is going to award the Mills Foreman Memorial Scholarship.
This is the 7th year for the Mills Foreman Memorial Scholarship. Mills Foreman graduated from Cardington Lincoln High School and went on to attend Ashland College, where he graduated with a degree in teaching. He returned to work at the Cardington schools in various capacities for 34 years, serving throughout that time as a teacher, school bus driver, and coach. He also served as a driver's education instructor and athletic director for some of those years. He devoted his life to helping the students at Cardington Lincoln School reach their full potential. A good education was important to him, but he always loved a good game. Whether it was baseball, basketball, football, track, cross country, or volleyball, Dad loved to see Cardington students compete and excel. To honor my father and to continue his legacy of investing in the young people in Cardington, the Foreman family gives this scholarship with the hope that the recipient will give themselves in helping others. This year's recipient has been recognized for her educational excellence by both academics and athletics. In honor of and memory of Mills Foreman, we are proud to give the 2025 Mills Foreman Scholarship of $100,000 to Maggie Howdren.
At this time, please join me in welcoming Kirsten Ebert to the podium, and she will be awarding the Frank and Lucille Ebert Scholarship.
my grandparents were graduates of Cardington Lincoln. My grandpa, Frank Ebert, was the valedictorian of the class of 1943. Sorry, my grandma passed away this morning, so my grandma was the salutatorian of the class of 1947.
These are her words that she wrote. Her grandparents were both graduates of Cardington Lincoln. Her grandpa, Frank Ebert, was the valedictorian of the class of 1943, and her grandma, Lucille Ruman Ebert, was salutatorian of the class of 1947. This is the 7th year for this scholarship, and she believes it's important for you to understand how this scholarship came to be so that some of you sitting in attendance this evening might consider doing the same. Her grandma announced before Christmas several years ago that she did not want more stuff. After consulting with numerous cousins, aunts, and uncles, they determined that they had better listen to their grandma for fear she might write her out of their will. They had a collection of money they planned to spend on her at Christmas time and had to figure out what to do with it. After many conversations, they decided to give back to the school where their grandparents attended. It is now the custom for them to throw money into the hat for her birthday and Christmas instead of giving her stuff, which has provided them with the opportunity to give 2 scholarships a year for the past 7 years. This evening, she is proud to present the Frank and Lucille Ebert Scholarship in the amount of $500 to both valedictorian Abigail Hardwick and salutatorian Jalen Ireland.
Kirsten, our thoughts and prayers are with you and your family. At this time, I would like to please call Mrs. Molly Klinger to the podium as she is going to award the McGinnis Family Memorial Scholarship.
Well, I'd like to reiterate some things Dylan and Delisa said, because while I was sitting there listening to them, I thought, passion, goals, perseverance, and opportunities. I think you will find that if you have a particular passion for something, then you will discover that you do have like the perseverance to achieve the goal. And a lot of times when you have that kind of passion, it's so palpable that you will find that you have opportunities. Those words that they talked about, there's something that not even just the graduates, but everyone, I think, can kind of internalize and count on as far as making decisions. Tonight I'm wearing Wharton High School 1949. In the mid-50s, when my grandparents decided to move to Cardington, they took that opportunity. They had 2 small children, but they had that particular drive. They had a goal. They had a passion to start their grain farming opportunities here. And 75 years later, we are still able to like proudly also farm and still have like their home that they bought at that time. So to say again what Dylan and Delisa said, those 4 words, if you hold those close, will certainly serve you well. I am very proud of the 3 individuals that we will be providing with these $1,000 scholarships tonight. I asked them to join me up here today. It is Madison Calkins, Svea Goers, and Michaela Crockett.
this time, I would like to call Miss Erin Wallet to the podium, who will be awarding the FFA Alumni Scholarship and also the Cardington VOAG Farm Association Scholarship.
Thank you, Mr. Spinner. I have the honor tonight to hand out 2 different scholarships. The first of which is from the Cardington FFA alumni, which for anybody who doesn't know is a lot like a boosters organization support group for our FFA organization. And we meet 3 times a year, mostly, unless we've got a special project going on. And each time that we do meet, we try to remind ourselves of our mission, that we were able to have really great opportunities when we were in high school because of adults who stepped up and gave of their time and their talents to help make those opportunities possible. And we recognize that at this point, it's our opportunity. We have the chance to go ahead and do that same thing so that students now might have those opportunities. So graduates, my challenge that I have for you all is that as you graduate, you go to further education, you go into the workforce, you learn a trade, you learn skills, you develop your talents. Whatever community you end up in, if it's back here in Cardington or if it's another community, that you remember the things that were available to you and that you give of your newly developed time and talents and resources to help make those available for the next generation. So with that, I have the opportunity to give out 4 scholarships in the amount of $400 each to Cheyenne Leopold, Connor Davis, Morgan Powell, and Riley Donkin. And the funds for that alumni scholarship are primarily raised through our fall barbecue. So we'll see you all at homecoming next year for that. The second scholarship that I have to hand out is from the Cardington VOAG Farm Association. Again, for anybody who doesn't know, we have the opportunity to have a school farm on County Road 166 and a very generous group of people who make up our trustees and our board to help run that farm, both as a learning lab for our students and just as a huge sponsorship and support for the different activities that we're able to do and to provide for our students. So one of those being this scholarship, I am proud to present the scholarship in the amount of $1,000. The criteria for this is active FFA membership and pursuing a degree in agriculture. So this is presented to Morgan Powell.
And now I am humbled to present the Oneida Walker Scholarship. The Oneida Walker Scholarship is awarded to students that demonstrate evidence of outstanding citizenship and a GPA of 3.0, in addition to several other criteria that had to be met in order to be considered for this scholarship. The 2025 winner of the Oneida Walker Scholarship is Michaela Crockett. At this time, please join me in welcoming Mrs. Sarah Struck and Mr. John Brem to the podium for the Brem Family Scholarship.
George's name's on the door, but it's my house, just so we're clear. All right, it's too easy to just say that there are givers and takers. I believe there are people who contribute to the greater good with their labor and their leadership, There are those who go through life blinded by their own concerns and worries and fail to see how much is done for them by those who I will call the contributors. My father showed me and dragged me into some of the ways that he was a contributor. At an early age, my father was quick to volunteer us to help a friend move. Several times we did this, but this of course is also life as a family when you have a full-sized window van, I guess. And not for nothing, he always had me right there as additional labor. Maybe not such an advantage early on, but I did grow to be pretty useful to have around. My father was also a member of the Flying Circuits Model Airplane Club, where we were the mowing crew more times than I can remember. In fact, we did so often that I can tell you right now that the combination to the shed to get the mowers out was 62917, until they lost that lock or someone broke it or something, and then the replacement lock was 271335. Now, apparently we spent a lot of time at the flying field working on that stuff. Also, before he retired, my father began working with Meals on Wheels to distribute boxed meals to elderly community members who were unable to get out. I took his route a couple of times when he was unable to do so, and to experience firsthand how appreciative these elderly people are was a humbling experience. I think my wife wonders how I get myself volunteered for different labor-intensive ventures, and I believe that all began with my father. Tonight I am pleased to be presenting a scholarship in his honor, bearing our family name, to a young man who I got to see evolve as a contributor. I believe the first show we used video backdrops for was Frozen. Aaron Howard took the job very seriously and operated the computer, hit the cues correctly for the show. From there we evolved to using small video loops and backdrops for the dance performances. And again, Aaron was eager to find just the right video to fit the mood for each song. I would give him a huge list of videos, and he took it upon himself to find them, get them installed in our favorite program that ever exists, QLab, and then get everything working. By this spring, his knowledge and experience and understanding of all of this evolved to the point that for Camp Rock the Musical, Aaron was the only person in the booth actually doing anything. I wrote it down so I didn't forget all these things. He started the backup tracks, he turned the lights off and on, he turned the microphones on and adjusted all of the levels. He will be truly missed as a member of our team. It's been great working with Aaron and seeing him learn and grow. I'm very eager to see what he learns next so that he can come back and share that with me so we can do more amazing things here. It is my pleasure to present the Bremen Family Scholarship to Aaron Howard.
At this time, please join me in welcoming Tim Masako to the podium, who is going to award the Seth Masako Snuggle Time Scholarship.
Good evening. So many of you may know me as Coach Masako, but what you may not realize is, well, the message I want to give you is this. In life, you're going to get smacked in the mouth, okay? And if you young people have not been smacked in the mouth yet, just wait. It's coming, all right? At the age of 16 years old, I was in high school here at Cardington, and I thought I had this blossoming basketball career. I was undersized, but I was aggressive. I could shoot, I could play. And then all of a sudden, on a Friday night, I go out and play and score 16 points. Saturday, I score 17 points in back-to-back games. Sunday night, I'm laying in a hospital bed, paralyzed. And my playing career was over. And so over time, I did learn to walk again, but it took a long period of time. And what happened, though, was I went into coaching. And now here we are, I hate to say it, but 30-some years later, I've been coaching 30-plus years, either here at Cardington, went over to another school temporarily, and I came back this past year and went back to my roots by coaching the 7th grade boys and had an amazing season and a lot of fun, just kind of getting back to the roots. And the reason I share that with you is because life is going to change. And where you are today may not be where you are tomorrow. The career you're about to head into, you think you're going to do, may not be the career you end up with later. That's life. And so that's my message to you, is keep that in mind as you go forth. You're going to have hard times. They're coming. But they get better. There's always that hope, that faith, that belief that things work themselves out. And they do. Now, in 2013, I thought the broken neck was difficult. That was so easy compared to losing my son. And in 2013, we lost him as a 5-year-old. He would have been a junior in this year's class. So he'd been playing on the same ball teams as many of you. I'm sure many of you would have been his friends. I would know your families in different ways. And so it's bittersweet to stand here knowing he'll be headed into his senior year this next year, and we don't get to experience those wonderful opportunities like you are right now. So I ask that you embrace this. Embrace this opportunity. So for our scholarship, we do something a little bit different. Our scholarship was never meant to be something that was about your grades or the kind of person you are individually. We just wanted you to stop for a moment and think about someone who's made an impact on your life and tell us why. Because that's what we all get through life, by having others. When I talk about breaking my neck, this whole community rose up and was there for me. My family, my friends, community members, businesses, they all came out and supported me and helped me get through those difficult times. And in 2013, when we lost our son, the same thing happened again. This community rose up and we had tremendous support. I went on to write a children's book, and we formed a nonprofit. And part of that nonprofit now gives out this scholarship. We also are starting a Cardington community radio station that will be internet-based. That should be launching this summer. So if you're interested in volunteering with that, or you want to get involved with your organization or something, let me know, because that's going to be an exciting thing that we're trying to do for the community. And of course, we also have the T-ball field down here. So some of you may or may not have played on the T-ball field at some point that was named after Seth, so we tried to help maintain that as well. So we do some really neat things with a little bit of money that we do get. I don't do a lot of fundraising, that's not the goal of it, but we do some. So typically, I love to share with you the winning essay, the person that wrote it, something, a little bit of excerpt of what they wrote. I had great difficulty for the first time ever being able to share this with you. So I always like to go through it and I practice it so I can present it well. I couldn't do it. I would be like Miss Ebert up here, and I would be in tears as I read through this. And for those of you who know my family know we went through something very similar to this with my older daughter. And so I'm going to ask him to read this for me. But I do want to say before I read the winning essay that there were several this year that were phenomenal. One wrote about Mr. Brim, well-deserved, and that definitely could have won. One person wrote about Coach Rice, and it was not a ball player for him, which I thought was phenomenal. Someone outside his program talked about the impact he made for her. And then one of the ball players wrote about Coach Hardwick. And any one of those could have easily won this scholarship this year. But this one just stuck out for us, me, my wife, and the other people that read it. And so I'm going to share it with you today. I wish I could read it for you like I normally do, but I'll tear up and I won't get through it. So I'm going to have, I guess, good.
Thank you for allowing me to read this for you. Seth's story, why we do this.
You can skip that and go right here.
Okay.
Those are my talking. Even our practices, he bailed me out.
I'm trying to follow directions. Seth Maseko Snuggle Time Scholarship winning essay. We live our lives in a repetitive routine. We wake up, go to work or school, come home, and go to bed. Then we do it all over again, rinse and repeat. Now, what does it take to break that routine? What is so powerful and so upsetting that it could make our movement stop, almost as if the clock on the wall stops ticking and everyone around you stops moving? Left frozen for a brief second in time as you take in the life-changing news you just received. Could it be a phone call? My mother is called in by her colleague. Jennifer, your daughter's doctor's office is on the phone. My father picks up the phone while taking a client home. Tammy, the babysitter of my sister and I, is asked to take a seat before my mother shares the dreadful news over the telephone. Everyone up to this point is normal. The difficulties in your life are things that might be considered hard, but nothing you can't handle. until you pick up that phone. The call that leaves you in so much sorrow and pain that your body is thrusted with an instantaneous tingling sensation and fear of the unknown. The phone call went something like this. Jennifer, the results of your daughter's MRI came in today. The MRI shows she has neuroblastoma, a form of childhood cancer. You need to take her to the hospital right away. My father spent the first week not able to eat as he experienced the biggest shock of his life, leaving him feeling weak and distressed. He forced himself to remain supportive for his 6-year-old daughter. Perhaps a phone call can change your life, permanently and forever. The next 2 years were the biggest battles of my sister's life, a fight of strength and testament of courage, and yet she never gave up. She never stopped breathing, even when it was hard to breathe. She never stopped fighting when it was hard not to fight. Since this moment, 15 years have passed, but my sister's story isn't over. Alexis is now 22. She has been in remission since she was 8 years old. And what I find remarkable is how she chooses to live her life. After everything she went through, she always appreciates the hospital. While most people victimize the place you go to when you're in unspeakable pain, she never did. In fact, she enjoys going back. Instead of seeing the demons, she sees heroes. She sees people who put so much dedication and sacrifice into saving the lives of others. To her, the hospital radiates with hope as she feels the safety of the determined doctors and nurses. My parents were told Alexis only had a 33% survival rate. They never acted like this fact would come to reality. They stayed positive and gave encouragement to Alexis. I think my parents' strength back then inspired my sister to be who she is today, to not let the hardest moments of your life feel hard, to not fight against, but to fight through. After my sister went into remission from cancer, the statement, "Everything happens for a reason," became a belief to my family and I. So, who made the biggest impact of my life? My mother, father, and sister, not only because of the way they dealt with my sister's unexpected cancer, but for my mom's ability to remain positive during the darkest points in our lives, for my dad's authenticity and his ability to remain himself, and my sister's resilience to overcome her countless battles that life throws at her. Life is filled with lots of anxiety, challenges, and decisions to be made. Somehow they all remain strong, determined, and positive. Even though life can be a struggle at times, they remembered to look forward. When my sister had cancer, I was too young to understand the depth of the situation. After seeing my sister overcome her challenges and my parents' positivity, I am blown out of the water with amazement on how they conquer life's hardest moments. My family's ways of handling grief makes them my role models. They make them my heroes and what I consider remarkable people. I am proud to share the last name Howard with my family.
Aaron Howard.
At this time, I would like to call to the podium Vicki Ullum for the Jim Klinger Memorial Scholarship, please.
Born and raised in Cardington, Jimmy Lynn Klinger was passionate about the Cardington community. He graduated from Cardington Lincoln High School in 1972 married his high school sweetheart, and raised his 2 daughters there as well. Following high school, he received an associate degree in computer science from Marion Technical College and worked 20 years at Fairfield Engineering and 24 years at McCullough Software before his retirement. During part of this time, he also worked as a 911 dispatcher for Morrow County and worked as a part-time groundskeeper for the village of Cardington after retirement. He was an avid supporter of the school, chaperoning field trips, serving on the PTO, and even coaching girls' summer softball. He could be found at countless high school sporting events, whether his children were participating or not, and chaperoned prom for too many years to count. He proudly served 24 years on the Cardington Lincoln School Board, many as president, and never missed a meeting. He also served 9 years on the Tri-River School Board. Jim was proud to volunteer in many capacities in both the community and school. He assisted with building the current bleachers at the football field, a new playground at the elementary school, and sand volleyball courts at the high school. He helped to rebuild the log cabin and gazebo in American Legion Park as well. He was inducted into the Cardington Lincoln High School Hall of Fame in 2017. In his personal life, Jim was an avid welder and creator of junk art, collecting of unique things, mesh enthusiast, and loved puttering around in his garage. He was respected by others and a mentor to many within his community. He had a can-do attitude and a willingness to help wherever he could, and inspired others to do the same. He was passionate about giving back to the community, and he instilled this passion in his family. Jim was diagnosed with multiple myeloma, a rare form of blood cancer, in 2016 and passed away after a long battle in 2023. This scholarship was created by his wife and daughters after his passing to honor Jim's generosity and commitment to the Cardington Lincoln schools. We hope this scholarship is a step towards helping you achieve your future plans, and we know that Jim would be honored that his legacy continues to benefit students within the Cardington Lincoln school system. And this year's recipient is Sydney Hobbs.
It is my privilege to present the Tom Bostick Central Ohio Farmers Co-op Scholarship. Tom Bostick started working for the Marion County Farm Bureau Cooperative Association in 1970. He worked primarily in feed sales and service until 1974. In that year, he became the manager of the new Bloomington branch until '81. In 1981, Tom was hired to be the manager of the Marion Landmark Incorporation, and then in 2000, Marion Landmark merged with Mount Vernon Farmers Exchange and then merged with the company Central Ohio Farmers Co-op. Tom retired after 45 years of employment with Central Ohio's Farmer Co-op. To honor Tom's legacy and his commitment and dedication to agricultural education, this annual scholarship is named after him. This year's deserving recipient is Morgan Powell. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight the Strine family is continuing their long-standing tradition of awarding scholarships to deserving students at Cardington Lincoln High School. These awards are provided by Lowell, Roger, and Melvin Strine. three brothers that have a deep appreciation in the value of an education from OSUM. Mel himself attended the first 2 years of his Ohio State career at OSUM. This scholarship was started in 2004 in honor of the parents of Lowell, Roger, and Mel Strine. Kenneth and Louise Strine lived here in Cardington for over 65 years and dearly loved this community. During their time in Cardington, they both became very involved and supportive of the school system, local athletic programs, and provided support to the various bond issues to improve the school system. They were also strongly committed to something they had not been able to afford themselves, the pursuit of a college education. With three sons that were afforded opportunities they never had, it had become the goal of the family to pay it forward. Each year to other deserving students here at Cardington Lincoln High School who share the same aspiration of higher education, the Strine family would like to pay it forward. Since 2004, the Strine family scholarships here at CLHS have totaled over $250,000 in scholarship support, as well as a passion by both Roger and Lowell to provide additional assistance for students with special needs in pursuing their college career. Tonight, the Strine family is proud to present 2 more freshman scholarships to attend OSUM. One scholarship is to Isabella Potter. The next recipient is Riley Duncan. I have 3 things to add before we conclude tonight's ceremony. Number 1, thank you to everyone that helped put the ceremony together, from families and friends to our donors, to Tracy Zavansky, the secretary at Central Office, who worked so hard to put this together and help coordinate everything, to our guidance team, to our high school team, to our building principal. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you to all of our scholarship donors for your continued support of our students. Tonight's total money awarded to scholarships, in scholarships, totaled over $89,000. That's absolutely tremendous. I think that deserves a round of applause. Need to make a checklist here. That was number 1. Number 2, the thank yous. Our Board of Education, it is a thankless job. Mr. Klinger alluded to it, and I know that sometimes things are tough in school districts, but our board works tirelessly and selflessly to make things better for our students and our faculty. So as a superintendent, I'm very appreciative to each and every one of you for the thankless jobs that you do. And then the third is very similar to what I just said. The board is supplying snacks and goodies. Out in the Commons this evening, I think you'll find a wide variety of different accoutrement, if you will. So I'd like to end tonight's ceremony once again. What a great example, and I don't want to lose this moment in time. There's a backdrop out there. Students, I would encourage you to take pictures with your family. I would encourage you to take pictures with each other and other scholarship winners and other students that are here. Don't allow this time to go by, and I can fast forward 5 or 6 years and would love to have you back as guest speakers and give words of wisdom after all of your successes. So we'll end this evening. I would like to say Cardington Pride. That's not bad. We'll do it again tomorrow at graduation. Thank you all of you for coming. We'll see you outside in the cafeteria. Thank you.